look at you. You clean up well. I mean, that sounds like you came in looking for a job all scruffy and scrubby when I met you the other day, but that's not what I mean to say. I mean just you look good in formal wear. It suits you. Um, okay, come on in. Let me show you around. I know this whole situation is it's a lot to process, isn't it? You know, the whole contract marriage for appearances. But I thought tonight might be a good chance for you to meet people that you will be working with if you decide to take the other position, the one that you actually applied for, and also some of the people that'll be around if you decide to go with my more unconventional proposal of a proposal. Here, take this. Good champagne. It's not the stuff we usually have at these things. Corporate parties aren't usually known for their really expensive wines, but I also kind of thought maybe I could pull a few strings with the catering and treat you to something nice. Make sure that you had the best experience, because I am, trying to get you to marry me, sort of fake marry, real marry, but not really. Anyway, sorry. Okay, introducing you. You see that person over there, over by the windows, with the silver hair, the navy suit? That's Marcus. He's our chief financial officer. He's been with the company for 15 years now. He actually worked for my grandfather directly for the last 5 years before Granddad passed. He's like family. You know how companies shouldn't say, "Oh, we're like family," but like literally, he helped me with my math when I was a kid, so he is like family. If you ever need to know why we do something a certain way, how we handle a situation in the past, Marcus is your guy. He has all the company history because he's been here for all of it. You'll like him, I think. He has this way of explaining things that seem complex to me. These financial concepts that well, he makes them actually make sense. Plus, he grows orchids in his spare time. Did you know that there are over 28,000 species of orchids? I didn't. I didn't until Marcus. He brings a new one into the office each month. It's very nice. Okay, and let's see next. That woman over there, the one laughing by the dessert table, that is Sandra. She is our head of marketing. She's brilliant at what she does. Absolutely brilliant. You know that campaign we did last year for the sustainability initiative? Maybe you don't. Well, she was the one behind that campaign. It won 3 industry awards. It was all Sandra's vision. She has a really great way of taking that dry sort of corporate message and turning it into something that people actually connect with. You have that same kind of energy. You remind me of her that way. That sort of charisma. I noticed it when you walked into the office the other day. When I looked at you and said, "Hey, would you marry me?" There was a reason. I mean, yes, the reason was also that the guy that I had been with for so long just, sort of fell through and wasn't going to marry me, but also because you have an appeal to you. And I do want this to, on the surface, look like a real marriage, and you come off as somebody who would be very easy to fall in love with and marry very quickly. Anyway, I thought, Sandra, you'll get along well with Sandra. She'll appreciate that. Speaking of charisma, that group by the bar, that woman's name is actually Charisma. She is our head of human resources. The man next to her with the beard is David. He's from legal. They're probably discussing some policy change or another. Those two are always trying to make our workplace. Yeah, better. I mean, yes, better. A little bit of a Captain Clipboard there, but still, this is still better. But, also good ideas. She's the one who implemented our flexible work policy last year. She fought for months for that. She gives the data and the case studies, and she really won over the board. She's determination personified. I like that. And she's also thoughtful. Not afraid to stand up for what's right. What's good. She does take the humans and human resources very seriously. She also... She has a lot of rules. I mean, her heart is really in the right spot, and I appreciate her. But it's also been 7 years since I've been able to wear perfume, and all because one person was allergic. And I wish we could sometimes agree to be considerate of the people around us and then let it go from there. But she wants to make rules to make sure that everyone is always... You know what? I need to not complain because she's the one who makes a decent, equitable, kind workplace. And she gives people the feeling that they have someone they can go to, somebody that's going to be on their side, somebody who's going to make things fair for them. And that's important, of course. You know what? Here, there's somebody you need to meet. My cousin. That couple coming this way, the guy with the very kind eyes and the gorgeous woman with the auburn hair. Yeah, wearing a beret. It is what it is. They're artists. They're artists is what they are. Anyway, it's my cousin Michael, the one that I told you about, and that's his wife Sarah. They are wonderful people. I can see why my grandfather loved them so much, and even if business isn't really their passion. Anyway, come here. Michael, Sarah, this is the person I was telling you about, the one who might be joining our team. Michael is a pediatric therapist. He works with little guys doing art therapy, and he takes care of the sweetest, most vulnerable people you can imagine. And Sarah is an elementary school teacher who teaches art. Elementary, yes? Yes. Okay. They're both just very good people. Very, very good people. You can see it how they look at each other, don't you? 13 years they've been married. Still hold each other's hands at parties. It's actually kind of adorable. All right, you two lovebirds. Now that you've been introduced, I need to take the new team member around to introduce him to other people. I'll see you soon. Yes, at the family dinner. Sunday. See you then. So, do you see what I mean? They are lovely, but honestly, can you imagine Michael in a boardroom trying to negotiate a multi-million-dollar contract? Can you picture Sarah having to make decisions about laying off employees during a back quarter? They're healers, they're teachers, they're kid people. They build up. They don't remove their feelings in order to make hard choices that come with running a company like this. And that's not a criticism, obviously. It's a beautiful thing, and the world needs more people like them. But my grandfather built this company to be something very specific, and it needs someone who understands that vision, you know? We can't be ruled only by our emotions. Sometimes we have to make choices to sacrifice what we want for ourselves for what's best for the company. Like having a fake marriage to fulfill the terms of my grandfather's will so that I can hold on to the company myself, provided I can have a baby in the next year. Obviously, I'm not just bringing a human being into this world so that I can keep my grandfather's company. That's not what I'm doing. I told you, I do want to actually be a mother. But I also would have rather had it happen with someone that I was in love with someone that I expected to be around for the rest of my life, and not with a donor picked out of a catalog, and with someone who is contractually only obligated to be around for a year and a day. So anyway, you've been very quiet during all of this, and I can see those wheels turning. I can see you thinking. You have a very expressive face. Did anyone ever tell you that? When you're concentrating, you get this little line right there between your eyebrows. It's endearing. Anyway, come on, let me introduce you to some more people. Okay, so the group by the piano, the woman in the emerald green dress, that's Dr. Jennifer Walsh. She runs our research and development. She's got 2 PhDs and somehow still finds time to volunteer at the animal shelter on weekends. I want to be her when I grow up. The man she's talking to is Thomas, our head of operations. He's the one who makes sure that everything actually runs smoothly day to day. Tom, he's like the heartbeat of the company, you know? Never dramatic, never panicked, just very quietly competent. I appreciate that about him. You strike me as somebody who would be like that, because you've been very thoughtful but also very calm. And when I've been explaining all of this crazy stuff about the marriage arrangement, you didn't freak out, you didn't run away screaming, you just listened, you just processed, you just had that look on your face and asked thoughtful questions, and that kind of calm composure is exactly what this company needs. It's exactly what I need. in an arranged fake contract temporary marriage. The gentleman over there, the one with the silver cane, that's Harold Peterson. He was my grandfather's best friend. They were business partners for decades. He's retired now, but he still comes to these events. He is family. Not just like our company is family, but like he married my great aunt. They divorced, but he married her. So obviously he knew my grandmother when she was alive, and he always tells me stories about her. He has the most wonderful stories. She was the one who designed our original logo. the one who insisted that we start an employee scholarship program back in the 80s. She's the one that turned my cousin into an artist. You would have liked her. She had this way of making everyone feel heard and valued. She listened like you do. Even in our first conversation, you were listening to the things I didn't say. Like, I was asking you to do something completely insane, and you were very kind. You saw why this meant something to me, and not just... Obviously, a lot of people could have just accused me of being greedy and trying to control the company that was rightfully my cousin's. You didn't. You understood that this wasn't just about money. This is about my grandfather, and it is about my cousins, and it is about Harold Peterson. It's about everyone who works here. It's about my actual family, and it's about people that I care about just because I've worked alongside them all my adult life, and it's about people I care about because they rely on my company for their livelihoods. Anyway, speaking of insane, are you still doing okay? Are you still okay with all of this? I know I'm giving you a lot to process. I'm throwing a lot at you, a lot of people, but I wanted you to see. I wanted you to understand what this place means to not just me, to all of us. You know? And if you decide to say yes to my proposal, like, these are the people that you get to have in your circle. They're wonderful, clever, creative, talented, intelligent, fabulous people. I guess I'm trying to upsell myself. You don't have to, obviously, enmesh yourself in all of this, but you could do worse. Anybody could do worse. Because they're all pretty great. I'm very proud to know them all. I'm very proud to be part of this team. One of the things I like about it is because I get to be part of something that's bigger than myself. Something that's more important than me. Something that does better things as a group than I could do by myself. Anyway, you can take as much or as little of it as you like. You've been very polite. And not just polite. You've been very genuinely interested in the people that I've been telling you about. And I like that about you. You have a genuine interest in other people. That's a gift. It's not something you can fake. And it's why I think you're going to go far in whatever you choose to do. Whether it's with the position we were originally hiring for, or taking up the proposal that I offered, or whether it's something completely, entirely, altogether different. You're going to do well. Oh, there's one other person I want you to see. Over there, the woman with the silver hair and the kind smile. That's Margaret. Margaret is our head of community relations. She's been with the company for like 20 years now. She organizes all of our charity events and our community outreach programs. She's the reason that this company has such a good reputation with the community. But not just that. She's just like everybody's work mom, you know. She's the one who remembers everybody's birthdays, everybody's anniversaries. She knows whose kids are graduating and whose parents are sick. If we do this thing, if we do this fake marriage thing, she's going to be the reason why I never forget an anniversary or your birthday, or she'll make sure that I'm always on top of that. I would love to claim that I would do all of that by myself, but I'm a little bit flaky when it comes to things like that. It's not that I don't care. I never know what day of the week it is. It's not that I don't think about people. I get presents. I see something that reminds me of someone, and I think, oh, they'll like that, and so I get it. And if it's not something terribly big, I'll give it to them at the time. If it's something bigger, I'll hang on to it for a special occasion, just because I want them to have that special thing, and let them know that I was thinking about them when I saw it. I want to have the perfect gift for them, so I don't look for presents at birthdays and Christmas. I look for presents all year long, and I'm blathering to justify my inability to remember a date, but Margaret will make sure that I get the date and get the present out on the right day. She knows that family is important, and she knows how to make sure that you show them that they're important. Speaking of family, I have to say, you made me think of some things that I hadn't thought of, like when we were talking. Your questions made me consider some things I hadn't really thought, or things that I thought I knew, right? Like when you asked about the baby, like what would happen if, if things don't go according to plan. Now that's forward thinking of you. That's good of you, considering all the possibilities. It is the kind of perspective that this company needs. It's the kind of forward thinking that the company needs. It's also good to ask those questions in a situation like this. You made me come up with a plan B and a plan C and a plan D. But anyway, we should probably start making our way to the dining room soon. They're going to be serving dinner in about 10 minutes. But before we do, how are you feeling about everything? How are you feeling about the people and the company, about everything? You still don't have to answer now. This is, I get it's still a lot to process, but I do hope. I hope that you can see why this place means so much to me. Why I'm willing to go to such extraordinary lengths to keep it in the family and in my branch of the family. Like I said, Michael, Sarah, wonderful people, but I don't see the business being family business if they take it over. I think that they would have to hire advisors, and they would be at the mercy of people who don't love the company the way I do. And they would just have to trust people who don't have such a personal stake and such a personal heritage invested into it. And anyway, whatever you choose to do, I hope that you will see that whether you decide to work for the company or, dedicate the next year of your life to this little thing, I hope that you will see that you would be valued as an employee, as a temporary spouse. These people would respect you. They would appreciate what you bring to the table, and so would I, in whatever capacity you choose. Oh, yeah, they're starting to see people for dinner. We should head over. I made sure that we would be at a good table. Margaret and Harold and Sarah and her husband. Just a few others that you haven't met yet. All people who would love to get to know you better. You know whatever happens, whatever you decide, I'm glad you came tonight. You know, watching you interact with people, seeing how you fit in, it's been very nice. So, thank you. You have a gift for making people feel comfortable, for asking the right questions, for just being present. So, all right, let's go see what culinary delights await us, and don't worry, I made sure that they have all kinds of options: vegetarian, gluten-free, dairy-free, whatever you need. I should probably have asked about your dietary preferences. Stephanie would know. Uh, I hope you don't mind. I just want to make sure that you would be comfortable tonight. So I made sure there were all kinds of options. Anyway, I will learn them if you choose to, you know, I will learn. After all, whether this is your first company party or whether your last, I want it to be good. And whether you come on board or come on board, I wanna do right by you. I hope you'll give me that chance. Hey, Cupcakes, thank you to everyone who is still here. I appreciate you. I got a lot of requests for more of this character, and I'm glad to bring you more of her. If and actually, there's even more of her. If you're one of my one of my patrons over on Patreon, I have a spicy audio every Sunday, and you get to know her a little bit better over in there. If you're 18 and over, at a tier above my not safe for work tier, or at a tier above my safe for work tier. So, thank you all so very much for being here, for your support, for your likes, for your comments, for your shares, all of your encouragement. I say this all the time. I don't know what I did to deserve you, but I am thankful. So, thank you. Um, and of course, I'm thankful to my patrons, and I've had a bunch of new patrons. There's Nicholas J. Papalarda, Klonheim, Maury Air Forces, Monkey D's Nuts, Luffy, Norman Schultz, Razzie Lime, Hodge, Dirtbag, Jake Kersey, and Senku Ishigami. And welcome to the channel, welcome to the server, and welcome to the group. I am so glad to get to see you and meet you and know you, and I know that we'll have a great time together. Of course, when I talk about having a great time together, I have all of my bakers and pound cakes tier levels that I get to hang out with in my voice chats once a month, twice a month, and they are Mustache Slime, Tyrant Slayer, Auntie Susie, Pack 3424, Deanster, Charles Tribble Wheaton, Luke Curator, Bowman, Gunner's Mage, Mushan the Wholesome Storyteller, William Gungrave, Esteed, Esily, Photo, Harper Evolution, Arc Redemption, Wolf9004, Malicilo, Army Guy 007, Lou, Bunny, Meryl, Mr. Rickles, Darth Mythos, Red Death 48, Always Able, Beanie Baby, Kolak 92, The Swaggy Llama, Artlow, and Christian Cleopatra. I have mentioned this before, but I am very tickled that so many people in my server have ended up as couples. It's a really surprising percentage. It was even 1% would be a surprising percentage, but they have ended up as couples, and two of the people who met are together this week again, having not only crossed the country, crossed the continents because they're from different countries. I'm so very glad, and Bunny and Pierce, I hope you have a wonderful week together, and happy birthday, Pierce. So, Pierce is Pierce is the person who very first Bakers and Pound Cake chat where I was suffering awful stage fright and also terribly afraid that nobody would show up. I thought I was going to be throwing a party where nobody showed up. I thought it was entirely possible, but Pierce was there to nervously talk when I nervously shut up. And because of him, and because of Artlo, and because of Christian Claypaw, and so many others, they started a server culture of being friendly and being kind and being welcoming and becoming friends with each other, and sometimes couples. And I appreciate all of you, as well as, of course, everyone listening at this point as I blather. You are very kind to me, and I hope you will all be as good to yourselves as you are to me. I will talk to you soon. Take care.